Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happened for the sake of it. On Friday last week, Raila Odinga made certain changes to ODM leadership. He appointed Simba Arati as the vice chairperson of ODM party. And for me, that appointment of Arati is significant politically speaking. These are some of the appointments which he made. He appointed Busia Women Representative Catherine Omayo as the deputy organizing secretary. She's replacing Florence Mutua, who is a good friend of mine, who decamped to UDA. And former Kwale Women Rep Zuleha Hassan has been replaced by Saboti MP Caleb Amisi. You know, Caleb Amisi has been consistent in his support for Raila Odinga. And one of the best changes for me is that of Deputy National Treasurer, which was being held by Ogla Karani. The position has now been given to Fatoma Masito, who is the women rep for Kwale. And Migori Senator Eddie Okech is now the party new Secretary General for Humanitarian and Disaster Management. Kakamega Women Rep has been appointed to the Secretary Security. She replaces former MP Justice Kizito. And these guys will now form part and parcel of ODM NEC. But I want to focus our attention on the appointment of Simba Arati. Why do you think Raila Odinga opted for Simba Arati? That's what I want us to do in this video. But before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, Raila Odinga made those changes. And for me, the most significant appointment was that of Simba Arati. And indeed, Simba Arati thanked Raila Odinga because the next day Raila Odinga was in Kisii for mega political rallies, and Simba Arati acknowledged that appointment.
Nataka nishukuru chama changu cha ODM. Jana, actually ilikuwa ni jana ama juzi, nilikuwa kwa mkutano, nikiondoka, nikapata mtu anaitwa Moses Kuria amenipigia simu. Nikipigia yeye ananiambia vice chair. Nashindwa, Moses ni ule ulevi ama ni nini? Vice chair. Sikujua nilikuwa vice chair. Nikiingia kwa gari wakati tumeongea, tulikuwa tunaongea juu ya industrial park. Sasa baadaye nikiangalia nikapata kwamba chama, mimi sikujua, nimejua kwamba nimepewa vice chair. Na baba, nataka nishukuru kwa kunipea vice chair wa chama cha ODM. Chama kubwa katika Azimio na chama kubwa katika Kenya. Hata Mheshimiwa William Ruto alikuwa katika ODM. Akafika katikati, akatoroka. Baadaye akajiunga na Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Unajua makosa ambayo tulifanya ni ile kwamba hawa wangwana wote kumbe walikuwa katika mkondo moja. Mimi najiuliza, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, uliwezaje kuruhusu wale wakora wa IBC, kwa sababu wewe ndio ulikuwa umeshikilia panga? Si mnajua wao ndio walifanya sisi tukashindwa hii kura? Mheshimiwa William Ruto, wewe ndio rais. Wacha kuwa na wasiwasi. Sisi kama Azimio tutapambana na wewe mundu kumundu mpaka 2027 usipochunga mzuri, kwa sababu lazima tuchukue urais.
So why do you think Raila Odinga appointed Simba Arati? If you want to understand the politics of Simba Arati, just go back. Simba Arati served as a nominated councillor in Nairobi. And how did Raila nominate Arati? As a young man, Arati decided to run for civic seat in Nairobi. on ODM ticket sometimes back. He was not successful. But Raila Odinga saw something in him. They nominated him. He served as a nominated member of parliament one term. Then the next one, Arati went and contested for a member of parliament. I think he was also elected as a councillor. Then he went and got elected as a member of parliament for Dagoretti, was it South or North, twice. And then in the last election, Raila Odinga decided to send Simba Arati to Kisii. And for me, that move by Raila Odinga was one of the best moves, although most people believe that Arati ought to have been left in Nairobi because he was playing a critical role for Raila Odinga's politics in Nairobi. Since Arati left, people like Didmas Baraza are having field day. Arati would not have given them that leeway. And as someone who participated in ODM political activities in Nairobi, you could always feel Arati's presence during those rallies because he would bring thousands and thousands of border riders from his constituency. So Raila Odinga sent him to Kisii. He won. And of course, his entry into Kisii politics disrupted the equation for many people. People like Janet Ongera had to leave. People like Ongwae had to leave. And Arati was left there.
Sasa sisi tuko hapa na kijana wenu Simba Arati. Huyu Simba nilikuwa naye Nairobi. Mimi nilipeleka yeye kwanza katika City Council ya Nairobi. Akakaa hiko msimu moja. Abaza kaniambia mimi hii sasa nimetoshana na mambo ya ukansla. Nataka ubunge. Tukashikana na yeye tena tukaenda kwa sasa bunge pande ya Dagoretti. Akaenda kule akafaulu akachaguliwa. Akararua wengine kule. Hii Simba ambayo kuna makucha anararua. Akaniambia sasa nimetosheka na hii mambo ya ubunge Nairobi, nataka nirudi nyumbani. Unataka kwenda kusimama kama mbunge? Hapana. Sasa mimi naenda juu kama gavana. Nikamwambia ndio, mimi nitakuunga mkono. Sasa alikuja hapa. Wale wengine walikuwa wanaangalia yeye, nasema huyu kijana anapiga tu, anaweka tu, hakuna chochote. Sisi tunajua siasa ya Kisii. Nikasema unajua siasa ya Kisii? Ndio. Lakini hamjui Simba ni nini. Wakati Simba yaanza kuwararua, anakuja kulia kwangu. Jamaa anacheza mchezo offside. Nikasema mlisema mnajua Kisii kumshinda Simba. Huyo wakalialia, lakini Simba ikawararua mpaka akaingia ndani. Ongera sana 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 sana. Sasa kijana yangu huyu Barongo.
So the decision by Raila Odinga to appoint him as a ODM national vice chairperson is significant. Why? Number one, I think Raila Odinga is keen on strengthening ODM party in Kisii. Right now in Kisii, ODM party has a national vice chairperson who is also the governor. That alone will give Arati the much deserved respect. If you look at the hierarchy of ODM, Arati then now becomes the senior most, apart from being the governor at national level from Gusii region, he's top there. So for me, Raila Odinga is keen on strengthening the ODM presence in Kisii. And as the chairperson of ODM party, as the vice chair of ODM party, Simba Arati would definitely figure out how he can strengthen and ensure that he's not shamed in Kisii. So that's number two. I'm also looking at a possibility of Raila Odinga's succession politics. There has always been this talk that in case Raila Odinga will exit politics and there's no credible person to replace him, especially in Nyanza, then the Nyanza leadership can actually rally around Simba Arati. So I'm looking at this appointment towards that direction. I know currently there's the talk that Raila might leave for Wandai, as Oburu was saying, or maybe Babu Wino will take up, or maybe now not a Luo, but now endorsing Simba Arati. So Arati should be very careful on how he's going to move forward, because maybe the expectation of ODM supporters might just be too much on him. But for me, I tend to think that it's part and parcel of Raila Odinga's succession politics. Number three, it could also be a strategy by Raila Odinga to hold, in quotes, Simba Arati in ODM party, because William Ruto was making serious advances towards Simba Arati. So by appointing Arati as the vice chairperson, then it means now that Raila has thwarted William Ruto's moves. Next time William Ruto will be in Kisii with Simba Arati, he will introduce Arati as the governor of Kisii and national deputy chairperson of ODM party. So Raila Odinga technically has now locked Ruto from Simba Arati. Number four, if you ask me, it could also be a strategy to elevate Simba Arati to national politics. The question which most people have been always asking, despite the fact that Arati has always been there, done that for Raila Odinga, he has never held any serious position within ODM party. If you look at Nairobi, I don't think he was holding any position. At the national level, at some point people were wondering, kwani huyu Arati alifanya nini? So I tend to think that Raila Odinga is now trying to elevate him. And by doing that, Arati will now be able to really be part and parcel of decision makings within ODM party, because he's now going to sit at the neck of the party where decisions are actually made. So you won't be discussing Kisii issues at neck level without Arati knowing. So he's going to be part and parcel of that. And number five, in my view, I think Raila Odinga is now rewarding loyalty, those who've been loyal to him. If you look at these people who have been appointed, by the one thing I didn't know is that Zulekha Hassan left ODM party, because this a lady who served as the coordinator of ODM as a young girl. Just Raila trusted her like that, very young at that time, I remember. Then from there, Raila Odinga nominated Zulekha as a member of parliament, to the surprise of many. In fact, almost all leaders from Coast region were opposed to that nomination to parliament. Raila Odinga stuck and nominated her. Then she won subsequent election as a women rep. I don't know why she never won this time around, but now I think Raila Odinga is rewarding loyalists, those who are now sticking with him. He's replacing those who've gone. You look at Mutua has now been excused. Ongera has been excused. Who else? Several others. And again, if you ask me, I think Raila Odinga is also looking at bringing on board a strong hand who can actually help in vote protection in 2027. One of the areas Raila Odinga has always failed is the ability to protect votes. Arati did that in Kisii. Now he has that role at the national level. Maybe Raila Odinga just wants him to ensure that Kisii is well protected, because despite the fact that he tried in Kisii, in Nyamira there are some weaknesses. And of course, in Kisii there was no 100% success. So Raila Odinga, I think, now needs very strong hands to deal with the politics, especially as far as vote protection. And lastly, I'm also looking at the appointment of Arati as part and parcel of Raila Odinga's strategy to start early preparations for 2027 election, and of course for party elections. You know, after filling these positions, I'm sure Raila Odinga is going to go to the county level, sub-county, maybe up to the ground to kick out those who have rebelled. I don't know what you think. That's my take. And what's your take about Arati's appointment? Let me know in the comment section. And for those who watched this video up to this stage, please know it from my heart that I really value it. Thank you, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.